that I've watched you speak on at other places, and I just wanted to bring this up in this interview. Why is the reversion clause a deal breaker for you?
Well, excellent question. I can talk a lot about reversion clauses. They're my baby. Now, when I say it's a deal breaker for me, it is, my job is to represent the author. So at the end of the day, it is the author's decision. But the reversion clause is so important to me because it really puts that control or some certainty back with the author. So sort of to go back a few steps to explain what the reversion clause is, when you sign up a publishing deal with most traditional publishers, the term of the contract, so how long the contract goes for, is life of copyright. And life of copyright is 70 years from the author's death. So that is a very long time, which is fine. That's normal and standard. But if the publisher is not able to do the right thing by that book, and most books really have a shelf life of 5-ish years, and some decades and decades longer than that. But, you know, most books will only really sell for a few years. So once they've kind of fallen off the publisher's radar, they're not selling anymore, there's not stock in bookstores, there should be some mechanism for the author to get those rights back, because at that point, the author is probably in a position to do more with that book than the publisher is. And that's where the reversion clause comes in. So it's all well and good to say the publisher has the rights for 70 years plus from the author's death. But if they're not doing their job properly, the author should be able to go in and say, well, you've not sold, you know, whatever the mechanism is. I usually say 100 copies in 12 months. If you've not managed to sell that many, I ask for the rights back. The publisher has usually 6 months to decide if they want to put in a reprint or pull their socks up and sell some more copies. And if they don't, then those rights go back to the author. The author doesn't have to ask for the rights back, but if they do, then that's the way you get it back to them. The old way of these clauses used to be written would say that the publisher would have the rights as long as the book was in print and available, which with print on demand and ebook means forever, essentially. And you don't want the publisher to have those rights forever if they're not doing something with them. That's why the reversion clause is so important to me. And I just see it over and over again. Some publishers will try to say, oh, it doesn't matter, it's not that important, don't worry about it. Or, oh, if you really wanted them back, we'd give you them back. Don't trust that, because that's, you know, they don't have to honor it unless the clause is right in the contract. Because I do see over and over again authors using that clause properly written and negotiated to get their rights back, and then they're able to self-publish their backlist. They might then have a relationship with a new publisher. The new publisher can pick up their backlist. You know, it just gives you that autonomy that is so rare and important in this industry.
If you liked this video and would like to see more, please like and subscribe to see more industry standard tips and tricks. And if there's another topic that you'd like us to cover, then let us know. Also, don't forget to check out our courses that are on our website if you really want to take your writing to the next level at theinsiderexpert.com.